Woke up this morning, 5 o'clock, straight out of bed, down to the park, down to the darkness and the cold, and got into burpees. I've been a bit weak and pathetic. I haven't completely surrendered, but I've been a bit weak and pathetic over the past few days. And decided I need to get into the cold and the darkness and the burpees. I think I've been a bit weak and pathetic because there's a character in Resonance now that kind of has to break, so maybe I was kind of breaking too. So I'm writing the 5th episode of the 2nd season. And there's no more revisions, it's just writing into the abyss, so back at the pure stuff, so back at the burpees, the elemental being where nothing is good or bad, you just gotta put material onto the page. The thinking of whether it is good or bad will destroy you, and that is what writer's block is. Writer's block is cowardice, afraid of making mistakes, you just have to write, even if it's terrible. You have to be brave and write the terrible stuff. And then you can, work on the terrible stuff. You get the terrible stuff out of your system, maybe. And maybe there's a tiny golden nugget that is good in the terrible stuff. So then you can work from that nugget, But writer's block is cowardice. That's it. You just have to keep writing, even if it's bad, especially if it's bad, actually. Yep. So the burpees help with that, basically. Yeah, I was probably just fighting the cold and the darkness last year, blown out my shoulder, and I was just in the cold, so I was probably a bit hesitant. But you have to add more pain to it, so the dark and the cold, that is where I needed to be, and that's where I need to be tomorrow morning and then morning after, forever, right the way through winter. And that seems like a daunting prospect, but I suppose right now I feel pretty good. I'll just try keep writing, just keep putting stuff down. Try not to think of the circumstances, your situation, what a loser you are. It's an insane thing to write. An epic. But maybe I should try not being such a fucking loser. Maybe I should get my shit together as well. But the truth is, you just gotta put the work in. Try not to be too hard on yourself. you know, what else is out there at the moment? Maybe that's just an excuse. But I don't know. I've been everywhere. Done everything. This is what I want to do. And it's the toughest thing I've ever done. You know, sounds ridiculous, but writing is very difficult because there's no result, there's no promise of anything, any result. And that's life. Really what you want to do is you just do the work because you have to do something. You gotta do something. I can't not do it. For me, it's the most difficult thing. And that is what interests me. You know, I used to go surfing, and surfing's amazing. It's beautiful. And I remember I always wanted to catch a wave where it was folding around me in the tunnel of water. And I caught it when I was in Hawaii. And then it no longer interested me, really. That's the truth. I get it. Surfing's amazing. I get why people dedicate their lives to it. But it just wasn't for me. And, you know, jiu-jitsu. Did a bit of jiu-jitsu, not much. But that's another thing people get obsessed with, you know. And they dedicate their lives to it. And I get that too. But it's just not for me. This writing is what I'm doing. You know, it's weird. Telling the stories. Really filmmaking. I suppose what interests me is the interaction with people. Maybe growing up I didn't really understand people at all. And I've made mistakes with my interaction with people in the film. I've been caught in a perfect storm of destruction caused both by myself and by elements out of my control. I suppose that's what makes it a perfect storm. When you work with the world to destroy yourself. But I endeavour to not do that now. Sometimes rage, as I was saying yesterday, overcomes, but no more. Burpees, writing, detachment from outcome. Don't be too hard on yourself. Face the darkness and the cold. This is the way to go.